welcome back to Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic. I'm Hunter Black Luna, and there is a couple more things we could do. There's someone around here who we can talk to and learn more about the Sand People in general. I wonder if robopiles are okay. They're probably okay. I mean, it is like they're garbage. These might be of some use, even if it's just selling. I can't move. Now I can. Very odd when the game gets like that. It's interesting, it seems like my force speed is still in effect. We've liberated all the prisoners, of course. There's like a chief storyteller guy. Maybe it's... well, here's the chieftain, of course.
Query. What do you wish to ask of him, Master? Translation. Translation. He says that what you seek is far from here in the Eastern Dune Sea. He will give you a map so you can find your way. Translation. His people found it, but didn't scavenge it because a crate dragon took up residence in the excavation.
Right. Well, I'm glad they gave us the map. That was nice.
Translation. Translation. Your ignorance isn't his concern. He claims there is a hunter that wanders the area sometimes and that you should ask him. Translation. The hunter is a Twi'lek. He will be in the Eastern Dune Sea somewhere.
Alright, we can look for him.
Protocol. This will be a very sensitive topic, Master. You will want to be careful with your questions or risk offending him. Not that that is much of a worry. Translation. Translation. He says that he will not, Master. There is one storyteller in each clan, and only he may recite the histories.
That sounds like a really precarious balance to keep your whole culture in.
Translation. Translation. He says that you don't understand. They must never be told to someone who might say them incorrectly out of ignorance. Translation. To speak them in error is a blasphemy punishable by death. Only their greatest warriors are even permitted to listen to the tales.
Well, that would help with the whole non-verbal culture, but it still sounds like a precarious idea.
Translation. Translation. He doesn't know, Master. His people usually kill outsiders. Since you are an outsider yourself, that would not suffice. Translation. The greatest challenge for a warrior is to face a great dragon, the largest predator on Tatooine. Fight one of those, and bring back a dragon pearl. Discussed. I think he's making fun of you, Master. He doesn't believe an outsider could do such a thing.
We'll show him. So after we go get the star map, we can come back and learn about the Sand People.
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
Alright, so that clears that up. I was wondering if I could learn about Sand People culture and stuff, but I guess that's for later. So we're pretty much done here. Huh. I guess I'll go back this way, yeah. Probably shouldn't disturb the Banthas, given that they're held in like religious regard. Well, decently small enclave, but there are a ton of Sand People here, and I just don't feel like fighting them, let me tell you. Yeesh. In any case, now we're cool with these Sand People. That's good. Diplomatic relations, good stuff. Ah.
Yeah?
There you go, mission. Have a crack at it. After we get to the Eastern Dune Sea, though, I'm probably gonna switch my whole party up since we won't need any translation any longer, and I don't think we'll need a lot of demo skill either. Man, I bet that teleporting effect could get me past these markers. It'd be kinda humorous. There, that's the pass to take us eastward. I love it when force speed doesn't wear off, like ever.
Yeah?
It's nice. Ooh. A lot of pretty BA mines. It's fine, they're all ours now.
I'm here.
So we ventured even further into the endless wastes. Over there is pretty much our target. Man, I can hear the sand people. I don't like what I'm hearing. In any case... Oh, we can't switch up our party. That's unfortunate. If this goes to the sand people territory though, that has to go back to the Zerka Dune Sea, I guess. Can't see anything that would suggest that. Also, it's interesting that Zerka markers are out this far. We should be able to switch out our party. There's more raids over there, but I don't want to bother with them. There we go. Let's take Bastila for a little Jedi firepower. And you know who we haven't brought along in forever? T3 and Juhani, but how about Canderous? Man, Canderous, I have some really awesome armor to give you. Really quite terrific business. Nothing beats it, really. Might mess with his... He doesn't even really have dexterity, so he's fine. There we go, an extra dexterity point for you. Having immunity to mind-affecting stuff ain't bad. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be fighting any Jedi characters, but still. You need to level up. We could try to turn him into a melee fighter. I think I'll just give him toughness. Dexterity, yeah. There we go. He's now super uber tough. But you know, I can believe it. And there we go. Looking pretty styling in that too. So, let's head on back. Huh, now the force speed wears off. Very strange. In any case, these things are dewbacks and they don't attack us. And our objective is that cave over there. So let's go to it, everybody. It's the reason why we're here in the first place. Keep hearing sand people everywhere. And the sand people out here are a different tribe than the one we know. And they are considered a little more hardcore, so great.
I'm tired of waiting, Comad. How big can this dragon of yours be? I'm going in.
Nice.
Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king kuno. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king kuno pamulera.
Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong patukasmak.
Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king kuno pamulera chi kun. Slimo podona rundi hodonga ku. Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba. Ka chi kun ita hodonga.
Seems a little unsporting to use mine, but I'm going to accept it given that the thing is the size of a house.
Slimo podona rundi hodonga. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king kuno pamulera chi kun. Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek.
That's
Tong
true.
haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwaleo gan.
Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king kuno pamulera chi kun. Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ye king
Like I said, they're more
kuno
hardcore.
pamulera chi kun.
Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong nabung siya nununya.
Glad we bought that
Tong
fodder.
patukasmak
I
talea.
also found some on the body of a sand person, but it wasn't expensive at all, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule.
Mucho siyak pakat. Kiye no no namapaule.
You're alright, Comad. I kind of wonder what will happen if I head directly into the lair, but then again I sort of know what's gonna happen. There's the band, the herd, we just gotta go mess with them. And then we'll get in a big old fight. Derpa derpa derpa. Derpa derp. Once again, it's a trap. And we are faced with a bunch of bad guys. I thought they had us surrounded, but they don't really. Alright. Hit these two with stasis. Bastila, hit these two. Canderous. Go ahead and do what you do best, why don't you?
I'm here. Yes?
Oh, screw off. Friggin' A, man.
I'm here.
Time to give him a force jump, which apparently allows me to disregard such simple things as physics. This is a good way of taking care of some of them. Now, these guys ain't nothing. And they love grenades more than anything. Here, Bastila. The Banthas don't even give a fuck at all. Canderous, try a rapid shot with that thing.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
That one's got a hit.
You shall fall. I'm here. Now.
There we go. And a force jump to end the fight. Alright. Good work, team. Fastel's in trouble.
Yes?
Have to pop another couple of heals since she has so many more force points than we do.
Hmm?
No real remains to be looted either. We are gonna save the game here, tell you what. For no reason whatsoever. Very prudent autosave. And back to it, everybody.
Achuta. Wonga kun bist achuta. Wonga kun bist dolpig. Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong padukas magtele. Tune podo. Rananu prata dongko sirkasa. Jum na apike.
Like to fight that thing. We did pretty much the same thing to the Ranker on Terrace, so hey, whatever works. And down he goes.
We itanan dayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nadatik. Shatung ni patoga. Jeda badawana ni di bobo. Tong nabung. Runda di hotonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching
Of course.
palamule. Tong
Wealth is still
mucho siya
nice.
pakat. Kieno no namapaule.
And it is kind of the point of hunting sometimes. Nice. And we can cut through these remains. If we so choose. Just to get them out our way. There we go. New items. Oh, everything. The chieftain stick. Didn't we already get paid for that? Not a very good weapon, but it's nice symbolically. Yeah, there's the Great Dragon Pearl. Couple skull plates. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's proceed in there. Claim our prize. The second of the 4-star maps. I guess the 5-star maps if we're counting Tatooine. Jedi Master Robe. Nice. You know, I kinda hate to part with the Jedi Knight Robe. I don't know. This is fine. Maybe I'll give the blue one to Bastila. That doesn't look bad either.
I'm here.
Maybe I'll even do a little bit of mod work. I don't know. There's tons of mods about the Jedi robes and stuff. I don't know. Is 1 point of defense really worth that much? Maybe we can do it the other way around. Bastila, you have the Jedi Master robes. I'll have the ones that look better. Let's examine all this stuff. A lot of like lightsaber crystals and stuff, interestingly enough. Could definitely use these. This is the holocron that Bastila's mom wanted.
How can I help?
We can get this back to our mom. And just time to grab the star map. We're well on our way to getting all the MacGuffins.
Anybody else get the feeling that finding this star map in the back of this Krayt Dragon's cave is more than just a coincidence?
The star map is an artifact of the dark side. The Krayt Dragon may have been drawn here by its dark power, only to be enslaved by it.
Now that we've got what we came for, we should probably move on. Can't say I'm going to miss this.
I usually end up agreeing with what Karth says about stuff. Man, that is a sweet level up. Level 15. Things are good. With our charisma modifier, plus having empathy, we should have at least 18 persuade, which is nice. So I'm actually going to plug these points into... Alright, let's think. Intelligence modifier of +2. So my effective computer use is 14. I'm going to get repair up to an effective 14 too. That seems like a balanced approach. Oh, feats. I don't need armor. I remember there being some feats that are pretty good. I mean, I could always just focus on lightsabers. Or get master toughness. Extra 15 HP. I already have such a huge attack bonus though that kind of seems not as necessary as persuade, awareness, treat injury. Those are nice things to have. Yeah, I'm going with improved empathy. Sounds good. And our force power. Master speed. Oh, master speed and stasis field are both really, really good. Alright, movement speed is doubled, defense is increased by 2, and 2 attacks per round are gained. Oh man. Stasis field. This is tough because they're both completely excellent powers. And I'm gonna be getting both. I'm gonna go with stasis field first. Surprisingly enough. I mean, we have night speed already. And we can't fast travel back. So we'll have to take the traditional way of fast travel. Come on, gang, let's go. Remember how Calo Nord ambushed us at the Kashyyyk lift? Well, events like that can happen on any of the planets depending on the order that you visit them in. So it's possible there could have been someone waiting outside that cave for us, but there wasn't. Something to keep in mind. And it happens after you get a certain number of star maps. So Calo Nord shows up the first time you go to one of these planets, I think. Yeah. Canderous. Oh wow. He doesn't even have force speed, so I guess it makes sense. Well, he's not a fast guy generally. So
I'm here.
As soon as we get to the Dune Sea, we can fast travel back to Anchorhead. Turn in our quests and stuff. Righto. Man, I feel bad about passing up Master Speed, but next level up, there's no doubt what I'm getting. And Stasis Field just Oh man, sometimes it just makes some of these fights complete abject joke. I'm just gonna stop in really quick. We're just probably gonna do the buildings in order, I suppose. Thanks. We only have one dragon pearl, and the sand people said that they would tell us about stuff if we brought it to them, and we're not really hurting for money. Alright, here's what we can buy. I love how Jurgen Kalta's carbine is in multiple places. Is the raid plate at the bottom? Pretty much at the bottom. Yeesh. Yeah, so there's technically infinite money in this game, but man, you gotta work for it. Oh, this can upgrade a lightsaber? It'll be really awesome to see what that does. All sorts of crystals available too now. I wonder what a chieftain's gaffy stick would sell for. Probably sell really poorly. We don't even need a lot of these. I don't know. No, we're good for now. We're fine. Griff is in the Zerka Corporation offices, but that can wait. I actually have a decent chunk to do here. That's fine. Aziz is still waiting by the city gates. We can talk to him and get our reward real quick. Huh. That was kind of weird. Thank you. Alright. EXPs and items. Sounds good to me. Next. Still haven't done any swoop racing. Yeah, probably won't. Once again, I'm not that hard up for money. Should probably go check in with Bastila's mom too now that we found the holocron. Might be another awkward conversation, guys.
Back already? Have you even looked for the holocron yet?
I have the holocron, Mother. I'm just not sure I want to give it to you.
And why not? Would you deny me even that?
I've never denied you anything, Mother. You may think I don't remember what it was like before I left for the Order, but I do. You were the one who pushed Father to go on one treasure hunt after the other. You loved living in wealth. You think I don't remember the fights? You were eager to send me to the Jedi even though I didn't want to go. You took Father away from me. And now this holocron is all I have of him.
Fool girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we parted ways now, for both our benefit.
I don't know, Bastila.
You don't know her. My mother is notoriously deceptive when she wants something. Why should she have the holocron?
Is it too difficult to believe that I am a dying woman who simply wishes to see her husband one last time?
I find it difficult to believe anything you say, Mother. You're right. It shames me, but I find it difficult to let go of the past. I'm sorry, Mother.
I was hard on you, dear. I wasn't a very good mother to you. I know that. Your father loved you so. He wanted you to be just like him. He wanted to take you on his hunts, but I said they were too dangerous. I always tried to keep him from the dangerous ones, but he would have none of it. It was a reckless life we led. Always moving. I didn't want that for you.
So that's why you gave me to the Order?
What do your father and I have to show for all those years of hunting? Nothing. That was no life for anyone. Especially not someone as gifted as you, your father. He spent all his last years trying to pay for my treatments. That's why he went for the pearls. I begged him not to, but
Your treatments.
I'm dying, Bastila. I did not lie about that. It's been a long time in the coming, and there's really nothing that can be done anymore. I told your father to let me go, but you know how he was. Stubborn, like you.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I don't know what to say.
Keep the holocron, Bastila. It would do me good to know you have it. This talking to you. This is what I really needed before
I know. Thank you. I'm glad we talked too.
Well, now. You said you had important business, and you were never one to mince words. You there. You take care of my daughter, you hear me? That's good. I'll feel a lot better knowing there's someone to watch her.
Where are you going to go?
It doesn't matter, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Here, take these 500 credits. That's all I have. Go to Coruscant and find a doctor. I'll meet you there after what I have to do.
But I already told you there's nothing that can...
Please take it. I want to see you again, when we can talk.
All right, I will. You do what you have to, Bastila. You go make your father and I proud.
I'll try. Farewell, Mother.
I'm glad that Bastila got up with a little closure about that. Yeah. Completed quests. They parted on good terms. Good to know. There's still Dustil, Jenna Haradin. All this stuff is off-planet. Mission's brother is still here. The Gizka are still here too. Yeah, no wonder Bastila wants to speak about it.
How can I help? Yes, that brought me a lot of peace. More than I thought it would have.
Glad to hear. Sorry about skipping that line of dialogue. Sometimes that just happens. It's pretty annoying, but it happens. What's up, Bastila?
How can I help? I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us. You're teasing me. You know very well what I said. Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising. No, I'm not. Why must you make this so difficult for me? Can't you just accept a simple compliment? I see. Is there nothing I can do to make it up to you? I would rather we were friends. You know I can't feel that way about you. About any man. It isn't permitted. I am a Jedi. I must resist these temptations. But I still want to consider you a friend. We could never be anything more, though. That isn't allowed. I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really. That's kind of you to say, but I know for myself it's not really true. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I
Of
care for
course.
you. As a friend, of course. Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
There we go. Little feel-good moment, everybody. Notice that the mod... This is probably one of the easiest games to make a mod like this. An equal love mod, because obviously the player character doesn't talk, so romance scenes are much easier to change. Something of note is that she said she's not allowed to feel that about any man. It's unavoidable that you'll get stuff like that cropping up, but it's still a very well done mod. Griff is in here, I think. Yeah, Griff's in here. Screw off.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corporation. I see that. Well, that is a very big headache that you've removed. I'm sure there are still sand people out there, but they'll be quieter now. I think I'll give you a bonus for this. You've more than lived up to your side of the bargain. Zerga Corporation
happy.
thanks you. It would be valuable to have someone on call if the Sand People made another incursion. I think you're right. Yes, here's an additional reward. Once again, Zerga Corporation
is very
thanks you.
happy. That is a not inconsiderable amount of EXPs. Tell you what, Candace, I'm gonna swap you out for mission just because it seems appropriate that we have mission whenever we talk with Slimeball Griff over here.
Ah, just the person I was hoping to see.
Save it, Griff. I'm not talking to you. I want no part of whatever you're involved in.
Okay, sis, I see you're still mad. Fair enough. I don't think you could help me with this anyway. It's, more of a job for your friend here. As you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient in Teresian ale. That's what makes it so strong. Of course, now that Taris is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Teresian ale has become somewhat scarce and, very, very valuable. Luckily, I know the secret recipe.
Oh,
I know this guy.
sentences like
He's
that
with the
never end
exchange.
well.
Now, if I give him a small sample of Teresian ale, he says he can synthesize it and reproduce it in mass quantities. Problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch, and now that Taris is a smoking ruin, the only place to find tack is on Kashyyyk. If you can get your hands on one of those tack glands, I'll make it worth your while.
Griff, are you blind? Can't you see you're talking to a Jedi? We're out here trying to save the galaxy. We can't waste time on this.
Please, you have to help me. I promised this guy from the exchange a sample of Teresian ale. If I don't come through for him, he's gonna break my legs.
Deals with the
or
mafia
worse.
people.
Come on, Mission. I'm your brother. I'm family. You can't turn your back on me.
Forget it, Griff. I'm not falling for that line again. You'll have to find your own way out of this mess.
You bring me a single tack gland, and you not only save my life, but you get a piece of this great business opportunity. I mean, you can't pass this up. Think about it, and you'll see I'm right.
We really don't have any other use for the tack gland at this point.
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a
take
tack
it.
gland for me, right? Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Teresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Teresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to your Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Teresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of...
Griff.
Oh, At least 20 times your investment.
No.
You don't know much about business, do you? When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say?
No.
It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
Totally. I'm pretty sure we can just leave and come back, so let's do that. Because let's get some resolution here. We got resolution for Bastille, and I'm really glad we did. Yeah, I'd recommend doing this place second, I guess. It's either this place or Manon second, is generally conventional wisdom. Almost everyone agrees that Korriban should be held off until the last planet, unless you're trying to be hardcore. Oh yeah.
I don't like the sound of this.
Oh nice. Well, we have two more.
Kun muliras nimo poiwanga topa na ota vokasa pampa ki mulira kun king chaskronki to pats nimo chi itakanki channa kilikon kinba chiwi aita ka chong chicha agi inko tune chuna mulira tangi wamaji chaskronki to pats nimo
Damn it, Griff. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
I don't
think he's ever gonna change the mission. That's unfortunate. Alright, that side quest is concluded. So basically, we just need to go back to the Sand People with the Crate Dragon Pearl, and we can learn some things. Some really interesting things. So I tell you what, guys, we're gonna head out that way, and we'll be right back when we get to the Enclave. Hey everybody, we're back. The jog didn't take quite as long as you might think it did, but that's still a fair distance to cross, even when you've got force speed. Hey Chieftain, guess what we recovered?
Query, what do you wish to ask of him, Master? Protocol. This will be a very sensitive topic, Master. Translation. Translation. You have been told that to be considered worthy of hearing the histories, you need to bring him a dragon pearl from a crate dragon. Translation. He says the discussion is closed until you fulfill this condition. He thinks you are just making fun of his traditions.
Here's the pearl.
Translation. Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an item. Such a thing has not been done in many years. Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning. If you dare to repeat the histories incorrectly, you will be killed. Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the Enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master.
Well, I appreciate that.
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
Probably gonna save before we talk to the storyteller then. Just to make sure. They might quiz us on it afterwards, which would be bad business. So just a simple quick save, or just a simple regular save. And let's chat.
Translation. He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you. Translation. Translation. There is only one accepted history, passed orally to each successive generation. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
This is true.
Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
Go ahead and give it to us then.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders.
Builders. I remember hearing that from that droid that was in the ruins on Tatooine. If that's the same, and the builders were older than the Republic, so there's an idea of the time frame. Well, I guess it must have been a while ago if this place was habitable.
Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches, until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves.
No way. Could the Sand People be the progenitors of the human race? Is that even possible?
Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation. They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation. Soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free. Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the long walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
I agree with that.
Translation. Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all as sand people and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
That is incredibly fascinating. So my theory was correct. The Sand People originated humans. Man, the Zerka Corporation mining operations were like perfectly designed to trigger Sand People hatred, because it's just like in the stories. Wow.
Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
Alright.
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
And that's the history of the Sand People, everybody. Very interesting. A lot of that, or at least some of that about builders and stuff, it's gonna come into play later. Just keep that in mind. So, I'm glad we didn't just sell the Dragon Pearl, because it wasn't worth that much compared with the information we got. And I do believe we are officially completely done with Tatooine in its entirety. All quests, side quests, companion quests. We are ready to blast off. And Manaan is definitely our next destination. And on Manaan we will also get a way to deal with the freaking Gizka. Ugh. You think HK would be able to just hunt him down, given how good he is at hunting everything, you know, assassination. Alright. Sigil is a really nice crystal. Oh man. +3 energy damage. Massive criticals. Attack +1, damage +1, or attack bonus +3. You know, I'll stay with Sigil and I'll have Damon. Attack modifier +4. I'm pretty much guaranteed to hit whatever I'm swinging at. Next tour. Oh, Keen doesn't work, so anything else for Bastel would be nice. Like a Rubat crystal. Damond is fine too. Let's see. Jill Lee is the other person that I usually use, so... Rubat's good. Single-bladed lightsabers have a slightly larger critical threat range. I like the stun effect, but it's a DC 10. And it doesn't typically happen, so instead we're gonna give him this to soup his lightsaber up. Well, that should be pretty much it. Shame we can't get those last 2 bits. In any case, yeah, we're ready to blast off next time. Oh my god, Gizka. Oh, we'll deal with this soon, don't worry. Thank you for watching Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic. In any case, I'm Hunter Black Luna. Next time, Manaan. See you then.